Okay. Database connectivity. Okay. So before going for the Java database connectivity here, we need to understand why it is or exactly what it is. Okay. So if we go to these simple this statement JDBC stands for Java Database Connectivity. Java Database Connectivity. So it simply saying that we are going to connect your Java to the database. That means what? In a very simple word, I can say here is your Java application, Java application, Java software, okay, and here is your database. Here is your database. So this Java application is the application. This is the project. This is the software you have developed by using a Java programming language. It is an application which has been developed by using a Java programming language. So whatever the concept we have learned till today, okay, by using that concept, we are going to develop one application. We are going to develop one application, and that is nothing but your Java application. Okay. So exactly same. We have the databases. We have the database. So this is the separate application, I can say. So I can say, see, actually, we have the different database vendors. For example, we have the MySql. Okay, we have the MySQL. Then we have the Oracle. Okay, we have the Sybase. Okay, we have the DB2. So so many vendors of the databases are there. These are the vendors of the database. So by using a Java application, we can develop the application. By using a Java application alone, I can say we can develop the application. As well as by using the databases, we can develop the application. We can develop the application. But I can say the application which is developed by using a Java application, the application which is been developed by using a Java application, that is very good in presentation, that is very good in processing, okay, but it is very poor in storing. That means what? That means what? Whenever we have to store the records permanently, we cannot do by using the simple Java application concept. Okay, and even we can do by using the file system, but it will be not organized in the proper structure. We observed, we in the last session we have discussed about the Java IO package. In that one we observed about the file. So to store the record permanently, we can go for the files, but again it is a very poor form of the storing the record, storing the data. Okay, so only by using a Java application, that means what? By using a Java as a programming language, okay, we can develop application, and that application will be a very good in the presentation. That application will be very good in the processing, okay, but it is very poor in the storing. We cannot store the record, okay, properly, we can say. Okay, even alone by using the database, we can develop the application, because here see, in a databases, we have the language as a SQL. We have the language as a SQL, structured query language, or we can have the PLSQL, procedure language, SQL, procedure language, we can say SQL. So by using these languages, databases understand these languages. So by using that languages, we can develop the application. We can develop the software. But if we develop the application by using only the databases, okay, so that is poor in very poor in presentation, very poor in the presentation. That will be very poor in processing, processing, and it will be a very, like we can say, good, very good in a story. Okay, because these databases actually they will use the relational data. All these are the relational databases. So we will create the tables, we will create the columns. Okay, in that one we can add the records, we can process that, we can select that, we can update that, we can delete that. Okay, and by using the PLSQL, procedure language SQL, actually these are the functions, these are the procedure, these are the data types, these are the variables. We can write the block of statement, we can write the multiple statement, and through that one we can process our logic. We can write if, we can write for, while, like that one by using this PLSQL. So through that one we can perform the operations. Okay, we can process that. Okay, and then we can store it permanently into the databases. So we can say Java application is very good in the presentation and the processing, but it is weaker in the storing. Okay, and database application which is very good in the storing but poor in the presentation and the processing. Poor in the presentation and the processing. But the application application which is which is good in which is good in good in presentation. Okay, which is good in processing. Okay, and which is good in the storing. Application which is good in presentation, processing, and the storing, that is a great application, we can say. That is a great application, we can say. That is the great application. Okay, so these two things are with the Java application, and this one is the with the databases. Okay, and these are the separate. Database application is a different application. Java application, this is the application developed by using the Java, developed by using the Java. So now there here, that is the reason we need to combine. We need to combine. We need to combine Java application with the database. Okay, if you combine Java application with a database, if we combine Java application with a database, then it will be a very good in presentation, processing, and the storing, because of Java application and the databases. Okay, so that is the need to combine. That is a need to combine the Java application with a database. That is needed to combine the Java application with a database. Now, okay, we understand that we have to combine the Java application with a database. We understand that we need to combine the Java application with the database. But problem is that Java application understands so Java. So we are going to write the code in the Java form. Set of instruction will be, there will be a classes, there will be object, there will be a method. That methods will be called using the object. If it is the static, it will be get called by using the class names. Okay, like that. All the things which we have discussed in the core Java part, that is what we can say the Java. So Java application understand only the Java. Okay, and database that may be any, it will understand the SQL. It will understand the SQL, structured query language. Okay, so database don't understand the Java, and Java application don't understand the SQL. Okay, but we have to combine that. Okay, we have to communicate, we have to perform the communication here. Actually we need to establish connection, or I can say communication between Java application and the database. But the problem is what? Java application understands only Java, and the database understands only the databases. it is like the situation. Okay, so it is like the situation, one of the student is there. Okay, that student understand only Tamil. Okay, or the Kannada. Okay, or the Telugu. And there is another one person or the trainer who understand only Hindi. Okay, now how you can perform the communication between them? Or in our case, like when the our prime minister goes into the other country. Okay, they don't know the language specific to that country. Okay, but they want to communicate with each other. In that case, what they do, so there is one person translator. translator okay, translator who knows the languages of the both. Okay, SQL as well as the Java. So here we need the translator. We need a translator to establish the communication between that. So same way here, actually, the we have the student with the Tamil language. Okay, trainer with the Hindi language. They want to communicate with each other. So there should be the common language, or there should be the translator. So here in our case, we are using the translator, and that translator is nothing but the JDBC API. That translator is nothing but the JDBC API, Java Database Connectivity API, Application Programming Interface. So which acts as the interface? JDBC acts as interface. JDBC acts as interface between Java application and database. Java application and the database. Hope it is clear. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So here we simply tried to understand that how or why JDBC is needed. Why JDBC is needed. Okay. So we can simply say, actually, in the JDBC, okay, in the JDBC API, actually it is been used by your Java application. JDBC API is used by the Java application. So actually JDBC API contains various classes, various interfaces, okay, to establish the communication between this. Okay, but in this we have the JDBC driver. We have the JDBC driver. So assume like we have the Java application. We have this Java application. Okay, here is our Java application, and here is our database. That can be any. In our case, I'm going to show you this one through the MySql. Okay, so here it is the MySql. Okay, so here actually, so now they want to establish the communication, they want to perform the activity. So here actually we have the JDBC driver. This JDBC driver is a program. This JDBC driver is an application. This is the component of the JDBC. Okay, so it is this JDBC driver acts as the translator. This JDBC driver acts as the translator between a Java application and the database. That simply means what? See, Java application have the classes, it have the object, and through that object we will invoke the method. So Java application will always send messages through the methods. Java application is always send the messages through the methods, we can say, through the methods only. So here actually through the Java application we send the methods. That method call will be get received by the JDBC driver. That method call will be get received by the JDBC driver. It will be get translated to the database understandable form. Okay, and then it will be get sent to the database. Now database receive it. Database receive that. Okay, it will process. Okay, it will process and it will return the result. It will return the result. Then whatever the result written by the database, again that is in the form of a SQL form. That is what the database understandable form. Okay, so that database understandable form will be get received by the JDBC. Okay, it will translate it. It will simply translate it to the Java understandable format. Okay, and then again go back to the Java application. Java application receive it, retrieve it, and the process it, or it will present it, whatever the task they want to do. Okay, they will do with this one. So this is exactly the JDBC driver, which is the software actually. This is the translation program, translator program we can say. So whenever we have to write the JDBC, actually we need that driver compulsory. Okay. So actually these driver, JDBC drivers have the different types actually. This JDBC driver have the different types I can say. So JDBC driver types. Okay. So every database have the specific driver. See, if I have a MySql specific driver. If I'm working with the Oracle, I do have the Oracle related with the driver. If I have to work with the DB2, okay, or the Sybase, okay, then it have its specific database drivers. It have its specific driver, database driver. So while working with the databases, we need to understand which type of a driver we needed, and that driver we have to use into the programming. Okay, so to understand that, actually we have to understand about the types of a driver. We need to understand about the types of a driver. These are called as a JDBC driver. Okay, so there are the four basically types of a driver. One is the JDBC ODBC bridge driver. JDBC ODBC bridge driver. It is also called as type 1 driver. Type 1, okay, driver. It is also called as a type 1 driver. It is also called as a type 1 driver. So actually it was the first driver. Okay, it was the very first when other drivers were not available. In that time, actually this driver were used. So in this one, actually what there is the ODBC, open database connectivity. Open database connectivity, which acts as the bridge over here. It is the third party thing. It is the third party thing which we have to use while establishing the connection to the Java application to the database. So it was not developed in the Java. It was the platform dependent actually. Okay. Then they move to the next driver actually, native driver. Native, we can say driver. Native driver. It is also called as a type 2 driver. It is also called as a two type 2 driver. Type 2 driver we can say. Okay, so it is what the native driver actually. Then we can have the next one driver, third one we can say. This is called as a network protocol. Network protocol driver. So it is always used in case of a network scenario. Okay, it is called as a type 3. It is called as a type 3, we can say, driver. So network protocol driver. And then last actually we have the fourth one driver. We have the fourth one driver. It is called as a thin driver. Thin driver, or we call it as the pure Java driver. Pure Java driver. So actually it is been developed. It is been developed by using the Java. It is developed by using the Java language itself. So it is called as a type 4 driver. Type 4 driver. So it is the latest driver actually. It is the latest driver available in the JDBC actually. It is the latest driver available in the JDBC. So we need to simply we can say we have to select this one as it is the platform independent. Okay, because it is pure Java driver developed in the developed in the Java only. Developed in the Java only. Okay, so So we should always go here for the thinner driver. Actually, we should always go for the thinner driver here. Okay. So see, actually, if we talk about this Java fourth one driver, okay, Java fourth one driver. This fourth one driver, it converts JDBC calls directly into the vendor specific database. It will convert the JDBC calls directly into the vendor specific. That means what? Whether it is the MySql, whether it is the Oracle, whether it is the DB2. So accordingly, it will just convert it directly. Okay, that is why actually it is known as the thin driver, and it is completely written in the Java language. It is completely written in the Java language. So there is no anything in middleware. There is no anything middleware. Directly your Java application through the twin driver will be get communicate with the database. But same in case of a JDBC. If you understand JDBC, here JDBC and there is a ODBC. JDBC, ODBC. ODBC, as I said, it stands for Open Database Connectivity. It is Open Database Connectivity. So what actually do? Java application uses your JDBC API, okay, and that it will be connected with the JDBC. Okay, it will connect with the JDBC, and then through the JDBC it will go to the ODBC, and through the ODBC then it will go to the database. That means what? That ODBC internally third party we have to use. Internal third party we have to use, and because of that every time we need to connect with that third party driver, and because of that performance of your application will be get lowers. Performance of application will be get decreases. Okay, and the second thing, again we need to install that third party driver, ODBC driver, to your client machine, to your client machine. And that is the reason actually we never goes to the ODBC bridge, JDBC ODBC bridge driver, but it is easily available. It is easily available. We don't need to install separately, and that is the reason in the trainings, in the testing purposes, they will always go for the JDBC ODBC bridge driver. Okay, but here for the in my case, actually in the my in our trainings, actually in the MySql, we are going to use the thin driver because it is the pure Java driver. Okay, and performance of application will be get increased. Performance of application will be get increased by using this thin driver. Okay, we have this native API driver too. Native API driver, no doubt it is better than the JDBC. It is better than the JDBC, but actually every client should have installed this native driver. Okay, and some client library needs to be get added. So we it is like again here it is dependency is more over here in this. So again we are not going to use the native driver. Now here we have the network protocol driver. Okay, again it like a network protocol driver have the middleware, have the middleware. Okay, so that we call it as the application server. So it is used in the different scenario. Actually in the network cases we should always go for that one. So but it is used in the, it use internally the middleware. Okay, so compulsory middleware needs to be get added. Okay, but no client side library is required, no anything we have to specify over there. Okay, okay, so here actually we should go for the fourth one. Why? Because again this third one driver have some problems. What problem? So compulsory network support is needed. In case of this one, network support is needed at the client side. Network support is needed at the client machine. Okay, and that is the reason actually again this one driver is not used. But when we go to the thinner driver, when we go to the thinner driver, actually it is faster than all other driver. No third party, okay, no third party drivers needed. No client specific libraries or the vendor specific libraries needs to be get added over in this case. Okay, so that is the reason actually, that is the reason actually we have to go for the, we have to go for the thinner driver. We have to go for the thinner driver. But again when we go to the thinner driver, when we go to the thin driver, Okay, this is the database specific. This is the database specific. That means that every database have a different theme driver. That means that if we are going to work with the MySQL, we need a MySQL driver. That is what the theme driver. If we have to work with the Oracle, we need a Oracle specific driver, and that driver we have to use. We have to use into our application. Okay, and all these drivers are put it into the Java like a jar files actually. In our case, if we are going to work with the MySQL, we have the connector actually. We have the MySQL connector. So that connector contains that driver. So that connector file we need to add into our class path, into our project, and then only we can just load that driver and we can work with that driver. So this is actually very important to understand while going for the Java application and the database connection actually through the JDBC we can say. Hope it is clear, all the drivers.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, good.
Yes.
Now, okay, okay. So now I just go for the exactly steps to connect with the database. Okay, I have to just go for the steps to connect with the or steps to connect Java application Java application with the database I can say. So here actually compulsory to go for this, we need a separate two application. One is our Java application and another one is a database. So compulsory your system should have the any database vendor. In our case, we are using the MySQL. Okay, so here actually in my system actually my MySQL is already installed. Okay, it is there. So now just what if everything is there, then what is the step? So I can just say step one. Step one. If I have to connect with the database, if I have to connect with the database, your Java application, your database must be there. So not a database. See, again, I'm using now when I goes to the steps, I'm not, I'm using this database. I was using about the MySQL or the Oracle. Okay, all the Oracle like this one. I was telling about this MySQL, okay, or the Oracle or the DB2 like this one. But now here what I can say, create a database. Create a database using create a database using any database vendor. Any database vendor. So you need to select a vendor. You need to select the database vendor. You need to select the database vendor. And what is the database vendor I have selected? I have selected the MySQL. I have selected the MySQL. So MySQL is the vendor. Okay, so that I have selected. So this MySQL is also called as a database. MySQL is also called as a database. But here I am saying that create a database. Create a database. That means what? Here it is the application specific. Create a, I can say application specific. Create a application specific database using any database vendor. Using any database vendor. That means what? Which kind of application you are going to develop? Okay, so assume like I am going to write or I have the application as the attendance portal, which I have the attendance portal. Employee attendance is there. Okay, so I am developing the one application, employee attendance. Okay, employee attendance, we can say system. Okay, or the application I can say. Okay, application. Okay, it is been developed in the Java. So I will write here the employee attendance Java application is there. So this application have the records of the employee. This application have the records of the employee. Okay, so what I can do, I can go to the MySQL. I can go to the MySQL. Okay, I can go to the MySQL. in that MySQL, I can create a database, by giving application specific name, application specific name. Okay, and then after creating the database, you can add tables, or we can say you can create a tables in it, create a tables in it. You can create a tables in it. Okay, and if you want to add the records and other CRUD operations, you can do what? CRUD operations, you can do that. So this is we have to do into the step one. This is we have to do with the step one. So create a Java application. Sorry, just create a, go to the MySQL, and here we have to create database. For example, in this one, we are going to create the employee attendance Java application. So I will give the name as a DB. DB stands for a database. I'm creating my giving the name. Okay, I can just say employee attendance. Employee attendance, like this one. So this is what I have given the name, employee attendance. Now in this employee attendance database, I can have the multiple tables. So I can say TB. TB stands for table. So TB, I just can say employee. I can say employee. So this is the table I'm going to create. And in table, what will be there? We can have the employee ID. Okay, we can have the employee name. Okay, I just say employee name. Okay, then we can have the, okay, we should not give the names like this one. So I just say employee underscore ID, employee underscore name. Okay, like these are the columns, and here we are going to put a employee salary like this. So in this one we can add the records like 101. Okay, it will be a RAM. Employee salary is a 60. Okay, like this. Then we can add the another one record 102. Okay, we can write a Sham. Okay, then we can write here the 70. Okay, then we can have the 103. Here I can write a Jam. Okay, here we can put the 90 and so on. So this is exactly the step, is nothing but this is exactly step nothing but okay, create the application specific database using any database vendor. So we can select any particular. So I have selected MySQL. I will go there and I will create the database. Okay, I need some commands actually. Okay, to do this, I need the SQL understanding over here, and through that one I can perform all these operations. Okay, so assume like I have the database created in my database by using the step 2. Okay, then then we have to go for the next step. Consecutively we have to go for the next step. So but before moving to the next step, I will show you through exactly how we can do this, okay, and then we will go to the next step. Okay, should I go ahead? Yes.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, so to do this actually, okay, to go for this step, compulsory MySQL should be get installed in your machine. Your machine should have the MySQL, or if you guys want to work with the Oracle should be get installed there. Or if you guys have to work with the DB2 database, DB2 should be installed here. Okay, so in my case, I have created. Okay, I have installed that MySQL over here, so I can directly use that. I have set everything. But if you guys want to install that MySQL and all, I'm going to create. Actually, I'm going to add one video into our YouTube channel. Okay, that how to work with the MySQL. You please can go through that. Okay, and you can access that. Okay, so I will provide you the link of that video too for you guys. So here assume like a MySQL is been there. So I just write here the MySQL. You can see here MySQL command prompt. MySQL, okay, command prompt over here. MySQL 5.0 command line client actually. So this is actually because of I have installed that. There are the multiple ways we can have the MySQL workbench is there. Okay, multiple things are there. I'm going through the command prompt. So it is asking me the password. Whenever we are installed that MySQL, we have to provide the password. Okay, so here we need to provide. So I just provide the password. Okay, and I will go for here. Okay, so you can see welcome to the MySQL monitor. Command ends with a semicolon here. Server version that MySQL I'm using 5.547. Okay, this is what the server I'm using. Okay, and you can see like there are so many commands. If we have to work with the MySQL, actually we have so many commands that we can use over here. So for example, see, if I have to display all the databases present in MySQL, so how you can do, I can write one command, show databases. What I written, show databases, and I can enter. You can see it is showing me information schema, DB test, MySQL, performance schema, test, like this one. So these are the databases. These are the 5 databases present in my MySQL. Okay. So I just seen here that how many databases are there. So now I want to go to the simply we can say I just want to create my own database. Okay, so how you can do that? So see here, actually we observe that we have to create the database like DB employee attendance is there. DB employee attendance. So I just can go here. We have the create database. We have the create a database. Create a database. This is the command, and we have to give the database name. What you can give? DB employee. Okay, I just write a DB employee attendance. Attendance, like this one I have given. I can give any, and I just put it the semicolon, and you can see query 0, 1 row affected. Query, okay, 1 row affected is there. That means what, if we go to the show databases, you can see now here here DB employee attendance. If DB employee attendance, this is the name of a database. You can observe over here. You can observe over here. So while going through the MySQL, I use one command. So I using the MySQL commands. MySQL commands. Okay, over here. And here we observe the show databases. It's used to display all databases. It's used to display all databases. Then we have gone through the another one, create a database, and here we have to give the DB name. Database name you can give any name. It is used to create a new database. It's used to create a new database like this. Okay, so in this way I have used the 2 commands. Now I have to see, we have the multiple databases. From that one I have to use my database only. Which one? This DB employee. So what is the command for that? So I just have to use, okay, and I will write a DB employee attendance, and semicolon. So use a database. So that means what it is showing changed database. Database is been changed here. So here actually we have used this one command. Third one command to use the database. And now in that one, if now I am working currently, now I am working on the DB employee attendance. So every database contains the table. So we will see here that how many tables are there. Show tables command is there. So you can see it is showing the empty set. So I can simply say here we have use database DB name, use the database name, and that particular, okay, to work on work on particular database. Okay, we can say. So we have given that. Then you we have just seen that show tables. We have seen that show tables. It is used to show tables. Show tables from the database. Okay, one which we are working currently. So these are the few commands actually. These are the few commands over here. So now see if here why it is shown here the empty set, because my database don't have any table. Okay, and table only contains the record. Table only contains the records here. So here compulsory, here compulsory, here compulsory. We need to create a table first, and then after creating the table, then only you can add or we can store the record. We can persist the record into the database. We can say. So to create the table here actually, I just giving the sample things here. If here okay, I just go here and this is again next command actually, this next command to create the table. To create a table over here, to create a table, I am going to use one query here. Simply we need to write here. Okay, so create table. This is what the command actually. Create a table. Create a table. SQL is not a case sensitive. Okay, SQL not a case sensitive, so you can write anything over here. So create a table. Okay, here we have to write a table name. You can give any table name over here. Okay, and then inside the bracket, here inside the bracket, here below we can just specify column name, column name. So on. Okay, so like that I can put any day like here I just have put it this. Okay, like this one. Okay, and then finally I will just close this bracket. Okay, here actually we need to specify the comma. Here too we have to specify the comma. Okay, but finally we don't need to specify that comma, and then we have to specify the semicolon like this. So in this way we have to create the table. Now I'm not going for the constraints like a primary key, foreign key, null, not null, that things. I'm not interested in that currently. I just going to create a simple table over here. So see, create a table. Okay, name of the table is employee. See, I'm going to create a table employee. So create table, this syntax as it is. Then we can put into the bracket. Here we have to specify the column name. So what is the column name? Employee underscore, we can say ID, employee ID. Okay, and the data type for that one we can specify the integer. Okay, comma, then we can specify here the employee underscore. Okay, we can say name. Okay, name of the employee, and the data type we can specify. I just specify varchar. Okay, this is the data type actually used in the SQL, varchar, and in a bracket I will specify the size. So I can just specify 40. Okay, I just specified here 40 size, comma. Then I need here another one like salary. Okay, we have the salary is equals to, again we'll check here, is it the double is there. Okay, and then finally, okay, we can just put over here and then semicolon. Okay, we need to understand here the what are the data types in the MySQL. Some there will be a small changes in the data, even in the SQL actually things or SQL syntax over here. So I just try to create this, control C this. Okay, and we'll go here. Okay, and just try to put this. Okay, paste. You can see create table employee, employee ID, int employee name. Okay, and the salary. I'm not trying to do this. Okay, and we can see query. Okay, 0 rows affected. That means what? Our table is created successfully. Our table is created successfully. If you want to see, okay, we have the show tables. We have the show tables, and now earlier it was showing 0. Okay, that it was the empty set. When we write here show tables, it was initially showing the empty set, but now you can see here it is showing the one table is been created, employee. So this is how we can create the table. This is how we can create the table in a MySQL. Now you can see here we can perform the CRUD operations. Here now if everything is ready, then we can perform the CRUD. Okay, that is what? Create, retrieve, update, and a delete operation. Delete operation on database, table, we can say. Okay, so for that one we have to, in the SQL actually, in the we in SQL we have a DML actually, the commands, we can say. So for example, we have the select star from table name we have to use. What is the table name? Employee, we can say. Select star from employee. So what it will do? It will show you all records in it. Okay. If we have to add record, insert query is there. Insert into table name is what? Employee. Okay, insert into employee, and we can put here the values, and in a bracket I just say 101 comma, in a single quotation I can just put a ram. Okay, and then comma, here I want 60. Okay, that is what the salary, like this one. So I can do like this one, I can do. So in this way I can insert the records. Okay, I can insert the records here. Okay, if you want next, I just say here, okay, control V. Okay, I can change here 102. Okay, here it is as a Sham. Okay, and here I will make it as the 70. Okay, exactly same. I will go for the third record. Control V, 103. Okay, then I just put, I will make it as a Jam, and just it is the 90, like this one. So in this way, these are the small queries. Actually, it is used to select, or to, I can say, to display all records, to display all records. If I have to insert that, then I have to go for this one. So I just go here and we'll try to see exactly what exactly it is doing here. So I have created the table. Okay, I want to display the records. Select star from employee. Okay, as there is no any record present here, it is showing the empty set. So first I need to add the record. Okay, I have written this query over here. I just copy this. Okay, I will go here and we can just, okay, I just put here and will execute, and you can say 0 query affected. Okay, that is one query. First record we have inserted. Now I just go to this process, this one too. Okay, or I'm just putting this second one, second record is been added. Now I will go to here, third one. Okay, and you can see in this way I have added the multiple records in it. Okay, so 3 records. Now if you want to see, select okay, already I think we have did. So select the query, select star for employee, and you can see now these records I have put it. These records I have put it. Okay, so before going for the JDBC, you should be compatible with all these things which I have discussed over here. So select query, to insert query, to update record, we have to write that update table name. So update employee. Okay, update employee. This name you want to change. Okay, update employee. Okay, set, what set you have to change the name. So employee _ name is equals to Here I have to put again. Okay, I don't want jam. It is the name as a jamun is there. So I have put it jamun. Where okay, I just have to put my employee ID, employee underscore ID is equals to 103. So I have to change the name. So I have to update the name. So you can do that. So I just write this. I can just write this control C. I am putting this one. Okay, paste. Okay, and I want to change this name. So I just put it this and row match one and it is been changed. Now if you go to the select all, okay, you can see earlier it was the name Jam. Now it is the Jamun. Whatever the thing you want to change, anything you can change this one by using the SQL update query. And now there is the fourth one, like if you have to go for the delete operation. So here we have the command delete from. Okay, table name is a employee. Here I put a where clause. Okay, if you have not used the where clause, it will delete all the records. So I just put where employee underscore ID is equals to, I can just say 102. So what it will do, it will delete the records with employee ID 102. So I'm just trying to go here again, and you can see I will just put this. Okay, delete from employee where employee ID is equal to 102. Okay, I will delete that. Query has been affected. Now if you want to see the record, now only 101 and the 103 is there. 102 record, that complete record is been deleted from the table. So all these are called as a CRUD operation. So that is, I said, like by using only the databases, I can do the multiple things through the SQL or by using the PL/SQL too. Okay, but here a presentation problem is there. We don't have the presentation that much good, because in case of a Java we have the swing, we have the applet, we have the form. Okay, or we can say frame is there. Sorry, frame is there. Or even we can you work with the HTML. Okay, CSS, JavaScript, that we can apply to the Java code if it is the web application. So hence that will be a good, that Java application and the database should be get combined. So these are the basic steps actually. These are the very basic steps needed. These are the very basic steps needed whenever we are working with the MySQL. So first step, I selected the MySQL. In MySQL, I have created one particular database. In that database, I have created the table. In that table, I have added the record and just I manually check the CRUD operations, whether it is performing there, how it is performing there. So I just shown you this one. So this is what the first step. Before going for the JDBC, our database should be ready. Now my database is ready. My database is ready. Everything is fine. Okay. Now see, now here role is your Java application. That means that here we have inserted, we have deleted, we have updated record from the database. But it is not a real world way actually. We through the Java application only, we are going to perform all these operations. Okay, so to perform all these operations through the Java application, we have to establish connection between this database to your Java application. And for that purpose, actually, we need the JDBC. Okay, so hence to understand that, I will go to the next step. I will go to the next step here. Step second here. Any question up to this? Any doubt up to this? Yes.
No, sir.
Okay, good. Good. Now I will go for the second step. I just have to go for the second step. We can just say load and register driver. Load and register, I can say driver over here. Load and register driver. Okay. So because see, that driver acts as the translator, and here we are going to use the fourth type of driver, type 4, thin Java driver, and it is specific to the It is specific to the Java application. So here actually in case of a MySQL, we have the driver. We have the driver as a MySQL driver. I'm just showing here. Okay, that it is the com dot MySQL com.mysql dot jdbc dot driver. If it is the MySQL, then we have to write like this one. Okay. But if it is the different, if it is the, we can say the different vendor is there. Like assume like we are in the Oracle. We having the Oracle like this one. So if Oracle is there, then what will be the driver for this? What will be the driver for this? So driver will be a Oracle. Here just we have to write Oracle. Okay, Oracle dot JDBC driver okay dot Oracle driver. So these drivers needs to be get loaded. So how you can load that driver? So we have to write a class dot for name method. Here actually see class is the, this one is a class dot for name method. Class dot for name method. And through this for name method actually class dot for name method, here we have to write the driver name. So by using this one actually we just can register our driver. So I can just write a class dot for name in a bracket. I can put this driver because I'm going to use the MySQL. So I just make this one. I will put the double quotation. Okay, and in that one I will put this one. Okay, but it actually class not found exception will be get thrown by this. Class not found the exception will be get thrown by this. Okay, and hence actually whenever we have to write this statement, compulsory we need to handle the we can say exception over here. Okay. Okay, so simply this we can just put this, we can put. Okay, but actually these drivers are present in the we can simply say the jar files actually. So for this one, if we are working with the MySQL actually, we should have the MySQL connector.jar file. So we have to download that. And then we can use that driver. Okay, to establish the communication. It will act as the translator. So that is what the important step we need to use over here. Okay, but I need to check here actually where it is I have put it. Okay, so just how you can do this. Can we pause this to show? Okay. Okay. So I want my connector file here. MySQL connector.jar, and it is there. Okay, I will just go here. Okay, we will see this MySQL connector 5.1. It is been here. Okay, I just copy this. Okay, I need this file. It is present here in the icons. Okay, this one directory. Okay, so what I will do here simply, very simply, I just go to the Eclipse. Okay, now here we need one Java application. Okay, which is going to be work with the database. So I just create one new application now. I just create a new application, or here too in our previous application too we can do that, but I will separately do the JDBC application over here. So new, okay, here I just go for the Java project. It is the console based application I'm trying here. Okay, this is what the JDBC, okay, underscore demo application. Okay, this is what the JDBC demo application. I'm just putting this. Okay, and I want to create this app. Okay, so in this JDBC demo application, I just go here. Okay, and in that one, I just, okay, I will create one class. Okay, here just com dot zeta dot, okay, MySql, okay, MySql, and here I will write my database connectivity, and then I just simply write the main method over here. Okay, and I did like this. So now this is what the very simple class I'm going to create. Okay, and in that class, okay, all the next step I have to write into the Java application only. So this is my Java application. This have so many things. Okay, now I have to write the class dot for name. I have to write here the for name, and in that one I can specify my driver. I can just specify my driver over here. Okay, class dot for name here, semicolon, and in that one I have to put my driver here. So I just go here, okay, and we'll copy this. Okay, this is my driver, control C. Okay, I just go here, okay, and in the double quotation I will paste this. Okay, but as I did like this one, see, it is showing the error, unhandled exception type class not found exception. It throws the exception. So I will surround it by the try catch over here. So try catch, and I will make it as a general exception, because here if any other exception will be get raised, okay, then it will be not handled. So I will write exception, so general catch clause, and all other code I will put here. Okay, and here after to this I will write one message, sys out. Okay, in that one I will put a driver loaded, because until and unless driver is not loaded we cannot work over here. So I just want to write here driver loaded over here. Okay, and you can see I'm just trying to run this, and it will be not get loaded, because when class dot for name method tries to get that driver, okay, it will not get. Okay, so it is simply throwing the exception. Java.lang class not found exception. Okay, that my.com.mysql.jdbc driver is not found, because that JDBC com.mysql JDBC driver is present in the connector file. Connector file is the jar file actually. So that jar file needs to be get added into your application. So how you can do? I just right click here, okay, into your application. Okay, and I can just go to the build path. Okay, configure build path. Okay, in that one I have to go for the libraries, add external jars. Okay, here I need to go for the external jars, and then here we need to understand what was that path. Okay, this was complete. Okay, or even we can copy and paste too, but icons m2 repository MySql connector. Okay, this is the complete path we need to follow, because it is there. Okay, like this one. So C colon users icons like that. So I just go here, C. Okay, then we have to go to the users. Okay, then icons. Then here M2. Then we have the repository. Okay, then here we have the MySQL. Okay, in that one MySQL connector.java. In this one we have this MySQL connector. Okay, I will just take this one over here, apply. Okay, and apply and close. Okay, and I did. So now when I try to run this, see now that jar file is been here. Okay, so I can just see reference library. You can observe here. In the reference library, I have the MySQL connector.java, which contains this driver. Okay, so I just try to write this. I just try to write this. Okay, and here you can see driver is get loaded. Driver is get loaded. That means what? Your driver is available over here. So this is the very important step actually before performing any CRUD operation through the Java. Okay, so hope you guys understood this step. So this was the next step actually, load and register driver. To load and register driver, we just have to do like this. Now I have to go for the next step. Step 3. Step 3. So while going for the while going to the step 3, while going through the step 3, we have to just specify here. We have to go for the establishing connection. So establish connection to database. So before performing any operation, before performing any operation to the database, before performing any operation to the database, we have to establish the connection. So to establish the connection, actually, JDBC API have provided some classes and the interfaces. So for example, here we have the connection. I will write here con is equals to driver manager. Connection con is equal to driver. I just write this manager, driver manager. Okay, and then we have the method as a get connection. Driver manager dot get connection. Driver manager dot get connection. Okay, driver manager dot what I have written. Driver manager dot get connection, and here we need to write a connection string. Connection, I can say string. It is again the very important here. Connection string. What exactly is a connection string? What is exactly the format of that one? So again, that connection string depends on the database vendor we are writing here. So for example, see, I just going to write a string SQL. Okay, or I just write a connection string CS is equals to string CS is equal to, in the double quotation, I will put that. So how you can put that? So we have to write the JDBC. Okay, see, as I am using the MySQL. If it is the Oracle, then Oracle have the different connection string. So connections string is the different for the each database vendor. Okay, so I just putting here JDBC colon MySQL, JDBC colon MySQL colon here. Okay, then we have to specify the double slash here local host. I'm putting here the local host colon. Here we have to write the port number. So port number, while installing the application, we have to give the port number. Okay, here default port number for the MySQL is 3306. Default is the 3306, and a slash here we have to specify the database name. Okay, with that one you have to write. Okay, in the driver connection here we have to username. Okay, username, and we have to specify the password. Too. So here actually, as connection string, we are using this JDBC colon. This is the main protocol. It is the sub protocol. Local host is what? It is the IP address where your database is present. Okay, now in our case, your database is in this system only, in your local host only. So I have used the local host here. and this is the port number actually. That is for each database they have the port number, so that port number we have to use. And here the database name, the database name is the name which we have created in the step 1. Okay, we have created in the step 1. So JDBC, what is JDBC? It is the main protocol. It is the main protocol. Then we have the MySql. We have the MySql. It is a sub protocol. Okay, we can say it is the sub protocol. It is a sub protocol. Okay, then we have the third one thing, local host. Okay, local host is the IP address of a machine where, okay, where IP address of a machine, or we can say URL, okay, where database is present. Okay, is database is present. Then we have the 3306. This is what I can say. This is the port number. It is, I can say it is, that is hardware port actually. It is the hardware port through which only the communication will be get happen. Through which communication will be get happen. Okay, and here we have to write the DB name. DB, we can say name. This is what the database name. It is what I can say. This is what the database name. Okay, which is created in step 1, which is been created in the step 1. So that is exactly the explanation about this, where, okay, where like this one we have put it. This username and password, again, that we have to give while installation process. Okay, whenever we are installing the MySql, so there we have to specify this. So this is very important step actually. This is very important step. And if the database is been get connected, then only we can perform the CRUD operations. So here what exactly the driver manager? See, driver manager's role comes only one. This is the class present in the java.sql package actually. So what is the role of this one? It is used to establish the connection to the database. So it comes only once. And if it establishes the connection to the database, then it returns the reference of that one and it will be get collected in the con. Okay, and through that con, we can just go to perform the CRUD operations in the next step, we can say. So if I want this, if I have to go to this, okay, I will go to the go for the next step, driver manager. Okay, for the get connection and all. So I'm just going in the same application which we have created, and here I'm going to put a control V. Connection con is equal to driver manager dot get connection, and here connection string username password it is asking. So I have to import this. Connection is present in the java.sql package. So I have to, this is an API actually. So I have to import that java.sql package. So I have imported connection con is equal to driver manager dot get connection. Here I have to use the connection string. Okay, so I will just copy that connection string. Okay, this one string is CS, and I will change that one. Okay, I will put here. So I just control V. Okay, and the same. I have created this, and I will replace everything this to the CS. Okay, what is CS? CS is the connection string. So that I have put it. Username and password. If you have the username password, that you have to put. In my case, we have the root as a username, and again the password I have used as a, okay, root is that. Okay, so I have put it root and root username and password. Whenever you guys observe that whenever I was, okay, login to this screen, it was asking me the password, and the same password I given over here. So if I given over there, and if everything is fine, it will establish the connection. So I'm just writing sysout connection, or I just write a connected. Okay, like this one, I'm just putting this and control S. Okay, but here DB name, what is the DB name? DB name is the database name which we have created here. So here we have created or we have given the name for the DB as a, yes, here we have created the DB name as a DB employee attendance. We have given the DB name as a DB employee attendance like this one. So this was we have given. So same I will write here DB employee attendance. Okay, like this one. So I given this, I saved this, and we'll try to check what exactly happening. Okay, driver loaded and it is get connected. So here actually now the two important steps of the JDBC have been done. Now I have to perform the CRUD operation. Now I have to perform the CRUD operation. That means that I have to go to perform the select, I have to go to insert, I have to go to delete. Okay, I have to perform the update and all. These operations I want to perform over here. These operations I want to perform over here. So for that purpose, I need to go for the next step. I have to go for the next step, and that next step is what? Yes, next step, I just say 4. We have to write create a statement. Create a statement. So here actually to perform CRUD operations. To perform CRUD operations with a database. Okay, to perform the CRUD operations with a database. To perform CRUD operations with a database, compulsory, we have to give the reference of your connection to the statement. Okay, and by using a statement method, we can perform the operation. So this statement is an interface. So how you can do that? We can write here statement STMT. Okay, you don't write this shortcut, always write that, but for sake of simplicity, I'm putting this statement STMT is equals to con. That is what the previous step connection con dot create a statement. This is what the method actually. Or create a statement. Con dot create a statement. So connection reference will be get assigned to the STMT. STMT is the variable of the statement. So this STMT, this statement have various methods. STMT have the various methods to perform CRUD operations. To perform the CRUD operation. So for example, see, it have the method int execute update. Int execute update. Okay, so what is the purpose of this method? This method is used to perform the insert. It is used to perform the insert. Okay, to perform the update. Okay, and to perform the delete operation. Whenever we have to perform the insert, update, and the delete operation, we can use execute update method of the statement. Execute update method of a statement. Then we have the method result set. Okay, result set is the return type. Execute query. Okay, execute a query. This is again the method. Here I have to write the SQL query. Okay, I have to write the SQL query. Here too I have to write the SQL query. That means a SQL query, insert query, update query, delete query. Here, okay, if I have to go for the select operation, you guys know that select operation, then I have to go for the execute a query. Okay, and if we are not aware in advance which kind of a query we have to execute, then we have the another one method, boolean execute, and in a bracket I can just write SQL. Okay, and in that one actually it is used to process all, like for example this insert, update, delete. Okay, it will use to insert, update, delete, as well as it is used to process the It is used to process the select. Okay, so this is what these are the three important methods we can say. These are the three important methods: execute update, execute query, and execute. So just before that one, we have to write this statement stmt is equal to con dot create a statement, and accordingly we can perform the operations. Okay, how you can do that? See, I just first I will go to this. Okay, I have to write the insert query. You guys know how to write insert query. I will write a string SQL is equals to, okay, insert query already we have written. Insert here, insert into table name employee. Okay, then values. Okay, and here we have to put the values. So what? 101 and 103 was there. Now I will go for 104. Okay, then I will write here the, okay, I will go for the single quotation. I will just write here the Tom. Okay, and then comma, here we can write the 55. So this is what the query I'm going to process that. Insert into employee value this one. Okay, to process this query, what I can write here? Integer I is equals to stmt dot execute. Which one? Because we are processing insert. Insert query is processed by using execute update. Exit, and in a bracket I just put SQL. Which one SQL? This is what the SQL actually we have created, this SQL query, and then I can put. So see, execute update method, what it does, this method is used to process insert, update and delete query to the database, and if the query is successfully processed, it returns the number of records affected by this query. So how many records inserted, or how many records deleted, or how many records is updated by this query, it will return that. Okay, so here as we are inserting only one record at a time, so I will check here if I is greater than 0. If I is greater than 0, that means what? Record inserted successfully. That means what? Inserted success. Okay, else I can just put here the message. Else I can put here the message. Okay, else I can just put here not inserted. Not inserted. So you can see this is what the insert operation. If you guys have to go for the delete operation, what will be changed? Only query will be get changed. If we have to delete, here delete query will be there. If we have to go for the update, here update query will be there. Rest of the things will be exactly same. Rest of the things will be exactly same over here. Exactly same over here. We'll try this. We'll try this. See, in the, again I just go here and you can see here, here we have only two records, 101 and 103. Ram and Jamun is there. Okay, I want to add records. Okay, here through the insert we have done, but now what I want, this database I want to connect with my Java application. So through Java application I want to insert this record, and that's the reason actually I came up to this step. I came up to this step here. Okay, and in that one I am going to create the statement here. So I just, again after the connection I will go here. After the connection I will go here and I will write a statement stmt is equals to con dot I just write a create a statement. You can see create a statement. Create a statement. You can see this is what the method. Okay, and I can just put a semicolon. This statement is an interface again. Okay, from the java.sql. So remember to import the package java.sql package. Okay, as I did this one, now I can process the query. I just write a string. Okay, or I can just copy that code from there. Okay, so that we will not waste our time. I just put it this control C. Okay, and I will go here into the Java application and I will control V. So I have put a string SQL is insert into this one. I stmt.execute update, and here if I is greater than this, I just write a sysout record employee added successfully. employee added successfully, and else I can write here sys out employee not added, employee not added. Very basic problem I just written over here. Okay, so in this one, this was the step one. Step one, you guys observe step one. Okay, then it was the step two. Sorry, not the step one. Step one is into the database. So this is the step two. Here actually it is the step three. Okay, and now this is what the step four, where we are performing step four, where we are performing some operations like this. So this is how we have did. I just saved this, and now this record I want to insert this 104, and that will be get added in the MySql. MySql currently have only two records. You can see I just run as driver loaded, created successfully, and employee added successfully. Employee added successfully. To check whether employees get added successfully or not. To check whether employees get added successfully or not, you can just go here into the MySql. Okay, we can process the select star from employee. Select a star from employee and just want to display all the records from the employee table, and you can see fourth record is been added. 104 from 55 is been added. Okay, if you guys have to add one more record, you can write here 105. Okay, here I just put it a tam. Okay, and here I just make it as the 45. So like this one I just putting, and again I rerun this. Okay, so driver loaded, employee added successfully. That record is been added successfully. You can see here if I rerun again this one, and you can see fifth one. Okay, 105 tam and then 45. It is what the record is been added successfully. Okay, so this is how I just process the insert query. If I process the insert query, if we guys have to perform some update operation, or if we have to go for the delete operation, then we can do the same. We can do the same. Only what is going to be changed? There only that query is going to be get changed. So I just want to do that. What I will do, I will write here, I just in this main method or in this class itself, what I will do, I will write a static okay, and I will write the method update employee. I will write the update employee. Okay, and to update employee, okay, everything I will put over here itself. Okay, just whatever the connection object we have created, that connection object I will pass over here. So it is been connection we have created here. Okay, so I will add here. Okay, or I will write method as a add employee, which has been already we have done. Okay, we have done this one. So whatever the code we have written from this, okay, I will add that code. Over here. Control X. Okay, I will put here Control V. Okay, like this one. I'm trying this. We'll put here try opening bracket. Okay, and it has been done. You can see I just okay, this is my catch. Okay, I just did like this one. Okay, so this is what the add employee, why it is return type of the method is missing, public static. Okay, void I want to put. Okay, it is not returning any value. Okay, to avoid the duplication, actually I just created this method. Okay, and now this, what is this con? So I will pass this connection con will become, okay, and that con as came here, it will perform this operation. So now here I will call this method. Okay, here I need the catch. again catch exception E, and in that one I just return this out. Here I just displayed the a very simple thing I just tried here. Okay, and added that code which I have inputted in the main, I have just separated in the add employee. Now after this one, I just going to write here. My database connectivity. This is the class actually, and which have the method add employee. Okay, and in that add employee, I have to pass that code. So when I pass that, it will goes here, and it will perform the operation and again come back. So I have not added anything more, just separated it. Okay, to the database connection code and all. You can see here. Okay, it will simply driver loaded, connected, and employee has been added successfully. I think the next record, it has been added it twice. Okay, you can see. Okay, it is been tam is been added twice like this. Okay, so I added the, now I want to go for the update. So now in this I am not writing that many things. I just control C, put here the method, control V, method name is update employee. Okay, to update employee, what I have to write here? What I did. Okay, this one catch. Okay, this is the method and this one not missed. Okay, so I just written this update employee. Here we have to write the query update query, and rest of the things will be exactly same. So I just go for here update table name employee. Okay, set. Okay, that employee name Jam I have created here. I just changed. So I want to make it again Jamun. I want to make it as Jam. So employee underscore name. It is the column name is equals to. I just single quotation I can put here, and it will be a Jam. Okay, like this one I want to update this. Okay, and then this is what I did. Okay, and then finally my double quotation is been completed. So in this way I just return the query update query. So name I am going to change where okay, employee underscore id is equals to, what is the id for this? Jam. Okay, employee id for Jamun is 103. Okay, so I want to change that. So 103. I'm just putting the 103. That means that it is going to change that value only. Okay, I just made this. Okay, record this. Return employee updated successfully, and I just write here not updated. Okay, and here I will just put this one into the comment. Okay, and I can just write this control C, here control V. Okay, add employee, that will be get replaced by dot update employee. You can see. So I am going to update this. I'm going to update this. Okay, so we can run this and you can see loaded connected employee updated successfully. We can just go here and check here. It is the Jamun. Okay, now we can see it is the Jam. It is been created. So we have updated the record. Same way, if I have to perform the delete operation, okay, I will just go here, control V, public static void. Okay, here delete employee connection con I needed. Here we need okay, this one. So I just write a delete from, okay, employee. Okay, delete from employee where employee ID is equals to 103. So that record I want to delete. Okay, I did this one only. I just write a deleted. Okay, and I will just write here to deleted. Okay, not deleted like this one. So if I put it any wrong like employee number, then it will be not get deleted. Again, exactly same way. I just write here this one part. Control C. Okay, I will put this one into the comment. Control V dot delete. Okay, employee connection is there, and you can see now it will goes there, and 103 will be get deleted. Very simple, very simple, very simple it is. So driver loaded, employee deleted, and here you can see your record is there. 103 is not there. It was there, okay, but now it is been deleted. So it is very simple way how you can go to perform the insert, update and delete operation, all having the same method, execute update method. Okay, that query will be get changed and that we have to process. But here actually, whenever we have to go for the performing the display operation, that is what the select operation. There is little different scenario. Okay, in that case, we have to use result set. What is result set actually? Result set is the temporary memory. Result set is a temporary area. It is the buffer where actually data from the database will be get stored temporarily. That is what the result of a select query will be get stored. And through that result set pointer, I can say cursor, through that we can access that. So to perform the select query, how you can do that? So for that one, again, I am going to write one method. Okay, here things will be exactly same up to this. Okay, control C. Okay, I will write here control V. Public static void. Okay, display employee. Okay, display employee by ID. I can say by ID. So I will use the ID, and then through that ID we can display that. So it is what I'm trying to do this. Okay, and in this, okay, okay, catch. I just written here exception E. Okay, in that it is done. Okay, below to that. Okay, this is what the method actually. Okay, we have written like this. Now, whenever we have to perform the display operation, okay, again, no doubt, we need that statement. Okay, so again, I will use this statement. Okay, and here to query, again, query will be get needed. Control C, up to this one is exactly same. Control V. So we have created this. Okay, now I have to write here select query. Okay, and what is select query? I'm going to select by ID. That means what? Select star from employee. Select star from employee. Where I just writing where employee ID, employee underscore ID is equals to, okay, assume like you want to get the records of the record of here. I can say, okay, 104 is there. So 104 is not there. Okay, so 104 I have. So I want to get the record of that. So to get this, I have to use the result set. So here result set res is res. Don't use the name like this. Result set res is equals to stmt dot execute. Now here we have to use the method as a execute query. You can see. And there you have to use the SQL. Okay, so as result set is an interface from the java.sql package, I have to import that. So I have imported it. Okay, now see, when I write stmt.execute query and in a bracket SQL, stmt.execute query and in a bracket SQL, what it does, I will just show through the pen. See, so here assume like we have the database. Okay, this is our database. Okay, and in that database we have the employee table. We have the employee table. and that employee table we have the record like 101. Okay, then we have the RAM. Okay, then we have the 60. Okay, exactly same way we have the 102. Then we have the Sham. Okay, then we have the 70. Okay, exactly same we have the 103. Okay, then we have the Jam. Okay, then we have the 90 and so on. The records are there here in this database. Okay, we have the DB employee attendance is, this is what the database assume. So when we write a result set, this one statement, if I write a result set like this one, I just processing this, control V. So if we have written this statement, result set RS like this, what it does, actually it will just go to the database, it will retrieve the record. Okay, it will retrieve the record and put into the result set. Put into the result set. Actually, this result set, okay, it have this one area. Okay, this is what the non-record area we always say. Okay, so like this one. So it will retrieve like the from here. Okay, data will come over here. Okay, so this is what the result set. Okay, and your cursor, that RS will always points to the, that RS will always points to this. This is my RS. Okay, this is what non-record area, actually beginning of that. Okay, and it is the end. Both are the non-record area. Okay, so both don't have the record. So here we have written 101. So that record 104. Assume like here again like 104. 104. Then we have written the TAM. Okay, and then 55 like this one. This record is there. So what it does, it will retrieve that record like this one. 104. Okay, it is the TAM. Okay, and then 55 like this. If multiple records we retrieved, okay, it will, all record will come. But here we have put it where clause, so only one record is there. Okay, so now if I have to get the record, my RS should be go to that particular record. Okay, so to go this RS have various methods, like a RS dot next method is there. RS dot next method is used to check whether record is present at the next position or not. And if record is present at the next position, it will return true and cursor will goes to the that position. So here I will use this RS. Okay, I just use this RS dot next and it will goes to here. Now my RS is pointing to that record. So now I do have the getter methods. RS dot getter method. So by using that getter methods, RS dot get int, RS dot get string, okay, like that one, I can retrieve these all parameter values. Okay, I can retrieve these parameters value. You can see here, I just go here. Okay, result set I return, and now I will check here if RS dot next, if RS dot next, it returns the boolean value. You can check. Okay, and here if record come, it we will display, and else I can simply write here sysout record not available, record not available like this one. So I have to write like this one. If record is available, here see, you can see sysout, you can see here we can display the records, so record of employee, okay, is equals to, and we can display that. Okay, currently I have not displayed. Okay, but just checking whether record is there here or not. So for that again I will go here. Okay, control C, I will put this one. Okay, and control V dot display employee by ID like this. Okay, and that connection I pass. Okay, and it will comes here. Here it is performing the select operation, and assume I just have used 9 here, and 109 record is not there. 109 record is not there. Here too I just try to write sysout. Okay, E sysout, I just put it the E, Control S. Record not available. It is going into the else. But if I have put it there 104, 104, which is available there. Okay, I just again rerun this, and you can see driver loaded connected record of employee. So it is not showing, but record is there. Now record came into the result set. So through the result set, we can get through the getter method. So how I can get this? I can just write a sys out. Okay, I do have the getter method, or I can put into the variables. If I want like integer v roll number, okay, integer v employee ID underscore, okay, I just make smaller, okay, eid is equals to, okay, res dot, and we can write the get, okay, get, here we have the int, and here we have to write the column index, okay, column index. So here get int column index and returns the value of the desired column in the current row of the result set. So in this row it will return, so column index, column start from 1 2 3 4 like this one. So I just write a 1, okay, because I have retrieved here star, that means the roll number, name, and sorry, name, employee ID, name, and the salary it is coming. So I just use here 1. So I will get the employee ID over here. Now I will write a string employee name is equals to res dot get string. We have the method as a string, and I will use here 2. Okay, that is what the second column, and then I will write a double, okay, salary is equals to res dot get double, and then I will write here 3. It will internally retrieve all these values, okay, and then I can just display this out, okay, employee ID plus double quotation, okay, plus employee name plus double quotation plus salary, okay, like this one I just tried, okay. And now if record is there, again, like only one record is there coming, so here we have not did anything, we have not put it anything. So I just try to see here, run as, and now you can see record is coming like this 104 term and 55.0. So record of the employees came like this one. So this is how we can perform, the CRUD operations. This is how we can perform the CRUD operations to the, we can say, to the MySql, we can say. Okay, here I displayed the only one by ID, but if you guys want all the records, then again I just make small change over here, control C, I need only this, okay, control V, okay, display all, display, I just write here display all employee, okay, I want all employees should be displayed. So when display all employees there, here I have to write the select star from employee, okay, so all employee record will become, so same thing will be there, okay, but just I need to change here. See what I said here in this, when I write this one is equal to only one record is there, only one record is there. But if I write this, select star from employee only, okay, I just put it this select star from employee, okay, so it's just replacing this. So what it will do, it will retrieve all the records, it will retrieve the all the records here, it will retrieve the, we can say, all the records of this one, okay, all the records of this one, and it will put over here. Why it is not getting, I just get this, and it will become like this one, it will become like this one, Okay, it will become like this one, and fourth record too, assume like. Okay, so cursor is pointing to this one. Now when I use arrays.next once only, it will goes here, but for second, third, how it will be goes? So actually arrays.next will check whether record is present at the next position. If it is there, okay, then it returns true and cursor will go to the next. Okay, but again I need to go, that means that I need to use the loop over here. So if records are like this one, then I have to go for the loop. So here only, if I have to display all, I have to go to the loop here. So I just check, is it record is next? Yes. So I will just use here the do. I just use the do. Okay, and here while is there, I just go here, closing bracket, while, and in the while again I will check, is it rs dot next, is it records are present at the next position, and if it is yes, then cursor will, again it will goes here, second record, third record, fourth record, and so on. All the records will be get displayed by this. So for that one, I just again copy this one, control C. I will put this one into the comment, and again I will go here, control V dot display all. Here we have the display all employees, and now you can see your all the records will be get displayed. Your all the records will be get displayed. I'm just running this. I'm just running this, and you can see here all the records will be get this 101. Okay, record of employee that I have put it multiple times. So here itself, so it is showing like this one. If you have not, if you have put it this only once, control X. Okay, after that one, control V, control S, and now you can see here, you can see your record with a very proper output. So through this one, I have performed all the CRUD operations over here. I have performed all the CRUD operations over here. So see, these are the various steps actually to we need to perform while working or while establishing the connection to the Java application to database. That is what the MySql I have shown to you guys. Okay, you can try by your own, but it is very important. Okay, it is very important in the development process. Hope it is understand. Hope you understood this.